Alright, welcome everyone. So this is just a different episode that I've decided to create. Something that I normally never do, but I thought I might as well contribute and put something up about this, because I suppose it does affect me at the end. So, unless you are living under the rock, this is to do with the auction house update about region-wide commodities. Oh yes. So, Blizzard decided that it's a good idea for us to try something different, because what has happened for the last 20 years isn't good enough. So anyway, as you can see, what they've done is auction house across all realms. On a given region will now share commodity listings, gems, herbs, flasks, consumables, etc. Items that are not commodities like armor and weapons will continue to be realm specific. It says here, developers note, the auction house you know and use today should look and feel exactly the same. It'll just have way more buyers and sellers available to you for commodities. We'd love for players to hop on the PTR, copy over their characters and help us test the auction house across the entire PTR region. We might schedule a specific time in a few weeks for everyone to hop on at the same time to help stress it. Details to be determined. So, how do I feel about it? Considering I play on a low pop server and I don't have anything on the high pop servers because I don't have the time to cancel scan 50 million times, I think it will affect me in a big way. In a few ways, I think. One is the prices are gonna have to change. People at the moment, like on my server, they will cancel scan. You've got the same few people that are doing it. So you get to know the people, you get to know people's routines, and you play with it, and it kind of like works together, the whole system, to a point. So, yeah, prices will go down, which means the price of all the items that we create with the regions on the commodities will have to go down also. So things like farming people will make less money because there'll be more of it. It means it will sell quicker, but obviously you'll be doing a lot more work for less money. How I see it. I could be wrong. It might be all different. I'm not sure, but time will tell which way that actually falls. The other things that I suppose it affects is flasks, enchantments, and stuff like that. Again, they'll just fly out the door. They won't be as expensive. There should be still profit there in the whole thing. But I think, again, you're going to have to sell 50 times more of it to make the same amount of money. And that's like, yeah, that's no big deal. And probably isn't, but it will be, considering it'll take you 5 times as longer to create those things. You have to make them to sell them. So that's all going to be time that's going to have to sit in the background while you're creating it for it to be there. So that's how it's going to cost you time. So you might still make your $1 million or something, but it'll probably be twice as much effort to get there. Twice as much time, twice as much of everything. So, yes, in a way, it might be worthwhile, but I think overall, it's going to be harder, I think. I think the other thing is, at the moment, like on my server, you just know, because you know who the people are, if someone decides to come along and start spamming crap and cancelling every 5 seconds, you can catch them out for most part, because you just know when the new players come along, and the minute you post something, 5 seconds later it's been already cancelled and they've already reposted on your top of you. So, and when you do that for an hour, you know, okay, obviously something's wrong. You can deal with it quicker. I think on a bigger server, it's going to be a lot harder because there's a lot more people involved, and because everyone's going to go cancel scanning like crazy. I think it's going to hurt you trying to work it out who is who. I think it's going to be harder to catch out the bots. So yeah, I think probably, I know I'm just waffling on here, but I think for me it's going to be a lot more work for what I make out of it, which is going to be a bit of a shame. I hope I'm wrong, because it's nice to be, wrong in a while in things like that. So what do people say here? Not that this is all gospel in here, but sweet. While the prices are in bed for these things, I'm hopeful that this will lead to more fair pricing. I hate seeing something sold by most sellers for a couple hundred gold, and then someone selling the same thing for tens of thousands of gold in hopes of someone either accidentally or forced to buy at that price. Yep, suppose it happens. But I don't think it's that much of an issue, really. It's very good news that should prevent people on middle-sized servers to buy all things to generate penury and leverage prices. Yep, that's called resetting the markets. Yes, it's nice to make money. I don't really bother with that. I mean, if I look at our server now, for instance, if I look at, what's around from the new stuff. Yeah, hold on guys, sorry. I missed that again. So as you can see, the Essentials have gone up to 1750. There isn't much of it around. There's only 60 now, and it's a weekend. The ore's gone up a bit in price, and the pelts, but as you can see, there is not much of anything. I mean, there's ore. So yes, it's scarce. It feels like there's not much around, so the prices are going to be more. So you put the prices up, and people still buy things though. And I think it's still going crazy with sales. I don't know. Again, is it going to be any better? Yes, it will be for the people that don't have as much money. So that'd be gold, that is. So that'd be handy for them. And I suppose it needs to be fair for everybody. It should stop people from changing services much between with transfers. You should be able to send your money across differently across the service. For that, I don't know. For me, again, I'm very torn between, is it going to be good, is it going to be bad? I know that because one thing that will be bad for me is that obviously the minute you put it on the auction house, it's going to be probably cancelled in 5 seconds. So it's going to be a lot more of a shit fight when it comes to obviously making sure you can sell your stuff quickly. But maybe because we'll have so many sales that it'll just muddle through it anyway. So by the time someone else scans you and they put it up, it'll be bought anyway because of the extra sales. So, not sure. I wonder what everyone else thinks. Let me know if you feel like it, what you think it's going to affect you. Do you think it's good? Do you think it's bad? I mean, there's different reasons why they might be doing it. They could be doing it so that we don't make as much money in gold. There's more sales. Less, competition between servers. More normal pricing around everywhere. So there's not as much change as such. I'm not sure. I mean, everyone's got their different little ideas on why, when you watch some of the videos on what people's ideas are. And I think everyone's on the same idea that's going to be the same. That it's going to affect us one way or the other. Hopefully for the better. What else do people say? A great change, but kind of strange that they would stop at just commodities. But as I mentioned, the new work order system coming, it won't be needed. Yeah, well, there you go. That's another thing. We'll see what that's like. I think it's going to be a bit more harder to make money because it's going to be more specific in what markets you're going to be attuned to, I think. So, yeah, this is going to help out small service so much. It'll help keep price check on those types of goods. So, while also making commodities more valuable to everyone, regardless of realm population. Wonderful news. Yep, I think that's correct. I mean, for that, yeah, it should benefit people in a big way. What's it say? Opens I play on a high pop server and a lot of stuff ends up selling below normal prices. This should be normalized prices as the high pop server. Yeah, I don't know. Scary times, I think, because it's going to be a change again. Everyone's is going to think it's going to be the end. Everything's going to fall apart. The systems will break down. The world will end in the game. Yep. RIP gold making from most professions. Yep. It's going to be less money to spend on black market openings. So be it, I suppose. That's what we're going to have to do. We're going to adapt, change, and as gold makers, I think we'll still find ways around it, things to do, and ways to make money. And there's always something that will come up that you'll be able to make some money out of it. Well, that's a good thing. Maybe it's because we've got so little players now left that we have to do that to make it look like there's a lot more. But I doubt that that's the reason. Competition is good for low pop server because they typically lack competition, as either some will have parked, although there's some have locked in the... Yep. Oh well. For me, it was just good that I don't have to make a million things to make some money. Yes, so unfortunately I'm going to be a bit sad when that comes along. I might get on and test that stuff on the PTR just to see how it is. Again, yep, just quickly try to read things. And anyway, so that's it. I'm a bit anxious about the change that's coming in. Bit worried that it's going to be a lot more effort to make money in the game, to make gold, and that you're not going to be able to take that easy road like I have at the moment and just, scan and rescan every so often and still tick over. So anyway, guys, again, just let me know what you think. This was my crappiest rambling on I've ever had. So make sure you downvote it because it's crap. But again, please let me know what you guys think and that'd be nice to know. Alright, so let's see what happens and hopefully we don't get too many more surprises. So good luck, guys, and thank you. Bye.